something.
Okay, great. We are live. Welcome back, everybody, to the next episode of Emrae, abbreviated and late because of pizza. We are going to kick right back into the combat that we ended at the end of last episode. Wallace was in a bit of a pickle with Skullcrusher the Brave. With us, as usual, of course, are Leganor, a.k.a. Jeff, a.k.a. Pizza Man, Mike, a.k.a. Wallace, a.k.a. the only guy in the fight, me, Skeksis, your GM, and Zach the Dragon.
I don't even remember where I think
Mr. Crush is in the fight with me.
Mr. Crush is in the fight. Yes, I am. I'm sitting there weird. I got my sack of toys behind me. So we were introduced with Skullcrusher the Brave, a tiny little withered gnome man who carries a pipe and a sack full of clockwork toys of some kind that seem to have various uses. And I think when we ended, it was Jin and Leganor's turn, although for the benefit of those watching, they're not where you see them on the map. This is just so they can see around the dynamic lighting while they look on their screens. They're actually up in the stands over here as a spectator watching the whole fight. So they have full information of everything that's going on, even though from their perspective they can only see what Wallace sees in terms of dynamic lighting. So what I'll be doing is I'll be moving their tokens around as the turns progress to see what's going on elsewhere. So, Jin, at the end of last session, you saw Wallace Wallace and Skullcrusher were entangled in some manner to this mechanical web that these mecho spiders had,
That's right.
or single spider, excuse me, had ejected into the area. Skullcrusher, on the suggestion of Wallace, attempted to break the web, but when he touched it with his wrench, it discharged an electrical shock and did some damage. And you are seeing all that unveil in the stands. Also, what I'll do, if you have questions about like what's going on over here, just let me know and I'll drag your token to that location.
And I can deafen myself if I need to not hear things.
I don't think that's necessary. I mean, we can handle table talk.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll lean over to Leganor and be like, hey man, can you send him a message? You think we can communicate with him that way?
Time out while I open up my character sheet.
Oh,
I
sure.
was thinking the same thing.
Oh wait, so how's this working? I mean, are we technically gonna still be in combat rules? 6 seconds of chat?
Yeah, so because you're watching a combat take place, when it's your turn, you'll have the same amount of time to do a thing. I might give you a little more leeway because technically while everything else is happening, you're not fighting for your life, so you can probably think a little
we're
bit
just
clearer.
kind of like chatting in the stands.
You know, you're not going to have minutes to do stuff on your turn, obviously.
Sure, no, that's fair, that's fair. So I would lean over to Leganor and be like, hey, can you send him a message? Keep that.
And
Your turn order
for all intents
wonky.
and purposes, your turns are shared. So you
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it. So I'm looking right now. Like I can see where you put my token. All I see is black because of the, I assume, dynamic lighting.
Yeah, but you see Mike, right? Or does your token not have vision at all?
No, I only see my token. I see black, and then I see my guy in the middle.
That's probably you don't have. Oh, so you have vision.
I can't see very much. Like I can only see like strips of light going north, south, east, west.
And Jeff, do you have the overhead view of the map?
I have the one in Discord. I can now see
the one in Discord,
tokens, and I can see the weird shaped. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Perfect.
So
and the white lines are metal cables that are.
Yeah. So the white lines is an
an
electrified web shot out by the spider that's over here. And then when Skullcrusher the Brave hit it with his hammer to try and break it, it zapped everybody.
Gotcha.
So
answer to kind of table talk a little bit. To answer Zach's question, I can message. The question for the DM is, am I within 120 feet of Wallace from where I'm at?
I will draw your position on the map so you can do that. You're not going to be able to see it. But the answer is yes, because 100 feet from there is well into the walls.
So I lean over to to Jin. I go, yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. I'm so busy casting all these. Yeah. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we guide him through this maze.
And no one's the wiser.
No one's the wiser.
Same. By the end of this round, you'll have the ability to send a message, but you won't have time to hear any response.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell
So
him tell him which way to go.
Gotcha.
You have to
should
You have to compare what you see to the full labyrinth on your.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm looking at Discord right now. So
Say north end of wall, west end of wall, north end of wall.
And correct me if I'm wrong. They're trying to get where again? To the other side?
To
There's
the
a
blue orb
in the middle.
It's gonna be somewhere in like this vicinity. How close was I, Jim? Was I pretty close? I feel like I'm pretty close.
I don't know if Mike could see your ping, so I don't want to give too much info.
Shit, sorry.
He saw it when
Okay,
the wall was, so he knows where it is. He knows where it was, at least.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, that's really just the center. So yeah.
So it's okay then if I use message right now to say to Wallace, and I won't hear his reply, but I can say to Wallace, head this direction first.
You can say that.
Okay. Wallace, start heading to your east.
My
east.
No, your other east.
That's what he says. That's what he said. Okay.
I was thinking of right versus left, but then I said east.
That brings up. I'm gonna move you guys. So over here, these two guys are doing their thing. Oh, I moved parts of the web accidentally. I moved web lines. That's one of the best things I've ever heard in my life. Alright, so over here, this particular fellow is dealing with this particular fellow.
Do you want me to deafen right now?
Oh, sure. Yeah, if you want to deafen on not your turn, that's fine. That'd be cool.
Hold on, you gotta say earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
Yeah, well, I'll go like this if it's your turn, okay? Alright. So this guy, he looks down this spider, and where is his character sheet? I made it, and it's so cool. He's holding a long cylinder. It looks like a rifle, but there's like multiple barrels to it, which is really strange. And there's like this drum hanging off of the wooden stock, and it's all like filigreed with brass. And his right arm is like completely mechanical, like a robot.
Cool.
And he stares at this spider, and all of a sudden the barrels start spinning, and you hear a noise, and in a line in front of him, in the direction of the spider, he deals significant damage to it, and you see it kind of try to dodge and miss the ability to dodge. I gotta pull up the mega spider. Where the hell?
So this guy, this is not the gnome. This is someone from the other team.
This is the two. There are two members of the other team, and this is the guy from the other team.
Gotcha.
I need to look at the character sheet here. Do we have any resistances? We do. Okay. So.
So on the screenshot in Discord, this person, I see them being in a separate area from Wallace and the gnome. Is that correct?
A separate area. What do you mean?
So Wallace and the gnome are next to a spider at the moment, right?
Yeah. And this guy's like in the upper right. He started in the upper right corner.
Yeah, so he's not right there. So I see the upper. Okay, gotcha.
He's moved some, and he encountered a spider, and they've been fighting it out. And Mike's been hearing that.
That's right. Our tokens are only here so we can see what's going on.
Right. I brought you here just so you can see what was happening.
Yeah.
So he fires a volley into the spider. He connects with a bunch of it, but the spider doesn't seem as phased as you would expect. He deals. He deals that. Oh, and okay. So he's got to do a dex save. Dun, dun. Come on, dex save. Oh, I did it twice. All right, but he passed his dex save, so he takes half of that twice. So half of that is 5, and then half again is 2. Damn. That's not good. Yeah, so he unleashes a volley from his essentially minigun. The spider takes it, but seems not as phased as you would expect, because he saved a dexterity throw and also has resistance to piercing. Damn,
Jeez.
I'm giving you too much information. You don't have DM info, you just see stuff. And then that pulls up this other person's turn. Not the spider. Spider stays. Pardon me. This other person is over here. I'll put you guys in the action. She's dealing with her own spider. She has this like weird gun with like this canister in it, and it's got a hose to a pack on her belt. And she also has like wrenches and goggles and like tools and stuff. And she pulls out her gun with the canister. And
Ooh, a redhead.
she pulls the trigger and sprays it in the vicinity of the spider. And the spider is enveloped in this blue mist. Crap. I gotta roll that manually. Slash roll. Where is it? Blue mist is 2d8. And then it has to do a con save, I think? Yeah, con save. Which it fails, so it's another... Alright, so it's enveloped in this blue mist, and it takes a bunch of damage. And then the blue mist kind of lingers on its surface for a little while. And then she also reels back and smacks it. So she sprays the thing and then whacks it with her wrench, but misses with their swing. In response, the spider in front of her bites at her, connecting for... Wow, really? Is that real? Is that really what I did? Good lord.
What did you do to yourself?
That's just a lot of damage.
A lot.
And she fails the con save. So that means on a failed save, I take the lightning damage. Okay. So yeah, she gets bit and electrocuted in one fell swoop for
No.
a considerable amount of her health. Then I'm going to bring you back over to the other spider. I keep moving her and I don't want to. It's so hard to move your tokens. So then the other spider does the same thing. He bites at this guy. Bite, but does not connect. And then back.
Right, I'm back.
Cool. So yeah, a bunch of stuff happened. Oops, sorry, I gotta bring tokens where they belong. They've become separated, so now I'm moving them both. So the spider now looks at you, Mike.
Yep.
and he clambers along his web and bites at you. For 16.
Miss.
So he does not bite you.
Can I see what the source that's electrifying this cable is? Is it the spider?
It is the cable itself.
Ah,
So
damn.
he shot out the cable, like the webbing. And
Right, and the cable itself is electrified.
It like held a charge.
Okay, so it's not like it's still coming. It's not like it's still attached to the spider. The spider is just crawling along it now.
I need to read that because I wrote that out. Electrically charged web. Webbing remains in place until physically removed. Electrical charge stays active for a minute or until dissipated by a creature. So the charge has been dissipated.
Oh. Cool. Okay. So it's just terrain now. All right. Got it.
And that pulls up your turn.
So we're gonna use my.
At the start of your turn, what you heard was Wallace move to your east. In Legonor's voice in your head.
Well, I'm just gonna like. That's wonderful. Bigger problems. Button. Charging the sword. And more pressing matters. So yeah, I'm gonna use my bonus action to overcharge my arc sword, and I'm gonna take 2 swings at this thing.
Okay.
And if I do, let's see, what maneuver would work with this stupid thing? Oh, actually, yeah. Okay. Well, first, let's see if I even hit this thing.
The 21 will hit.
All right.
So 7 slashing and 6 lightning?
Yes.
Okay. So...
Once I arced it.
Ooh, I need to change one thing on the character sheet. One moment, please. There it is. Damage. Okay. Cool. So 7 and 13.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Can I just click the superiority already die? Will it do that for me? Oh.
Yes.
Cool. All right, so that much.
Plus
so I'm also going to do
2.
the...
So,
yeah,
you slash it, and that feels pretty normal, the slash. And then... Oh, no, I'm sorry. You slash it, and that feels not normal. That feels like less than effective. Like it's got this like metal plating for a carapace. But when you expend the lightning, it seems to be really like hurt by that.
Okay. All right. Okay, so but that it doesn't. If I read that right, it doesn't stay charged. It, like I can't. The second attack's not going to still be charged. Is that accurate?
The capacitor cannot be charged again until the beginning of the turn after next. So yeah, you can do it every third round. Okay. Oh, 2-round cooldown. But like, so I hit him. It's not still charged. Every other round you can charge it.
So, but is it still charged for me to hit again? Is my question. Like my second attack right now, is that still going to have the lightning on it?
Until the end of your next turn, if you make a successful melee attack, you may expend the overcharge for 1d6 additional lightning damage. So
okay, so that's
expended it.
So no.
Every other turn, you can get a bonus 1d6 damage.
Okay.
As a bonus action.
Got it. All right. Let's see. All right. Okay. The next. Distracting strike. The next attack roll against the target by the attacker other than you has advantage if the attack is made before the start of your next turn. So if something else. If Mr. Crusher attacks it, it'll be an advantage. Was the thought there. So anyway, attack number 2. That'll work.
Attack number 2 is also a hit, and again, it just feels like it could be more effective.
Right, because I don't have anything else that's lightning E. Okay. All right, that's my turn.
Okay.
Mr. Crusher, if you got anything to shock this thing or stun it, that'd be helpful.
Shock and stun! Sounds good to me! He rummages in his backpack, and on his turn, he produces a It looks like a bomb, like from Nintendo. Like it's a little wind up little walkie bomb, but it's not like a bomb. It doesn't have the fuse or whatever. It's just this little like round, like sphere. And
Okay.
he winds it up and he puts it down and it walks over to the spider and it like makes impact. Successfully, exploding in a small electrical charge, which shoots current into the spider's armored carapace, dealing that much times 2. And yeah, it seems to be very effective.
It's super effective.
You didn't seem to like that one, did you? Says Mr. Skullcrusher. I love this character so much, guys. You have no idea.
I'm curious how much. I'm curious of how much of what I said and as much as what I said to Mr. Crusher actually got up back the message.
Oh,
Because it's like the first 25 words, right?
The next 25 words you would have heard in your head, Jeff, but you also would have heard with your ears.
They just think that he's losing his shit out there in the maze.
Some weird internal brain stereo, just like in here. What's happening?
That will bring up Jin's turn. Oh, neither of you move anywhere, yeah?
No, I'm trying to. Well,
Okay.
I'm trying to. I mean, I could check behind me.
There's a wall.
Check that way.
Oh, okay.
Pass around the corner.
I'll do that. I don't see anything except the ghosts of your 2 friends.
All right, cool.
It's a dead end that way. Oh no, the streams curve around to the right.
Okay, that's our turn. Yeah,
All right.
I don't want this thing.
Jin, you're up.
Trying to break it.
All right, yeah.
You
So
just witnessed all that occur down below.
Do I need to deafen again?
No, you really only need to deafen when the other players go.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna lean over to Jeff and just say to him, "Hey," or excuse me, to Leganor, and then just say, "Hey, listen, let's keep guiding him out. We'll let him know when there's any enemies nearby."
Yeah. We'll have to keep.
Mike, deafen just for 1 second. So what you can see, but none of the other players on the map can see, are in that screenshot. All the other spiders are on top of the wall, so they're 15 feet up above.
Oh, and they can drop down.
Like they're not on the floor in that area. They're high above, so like laying in ambush. You can see that.
Okay. So then, I say to Leganor, let's get him through this maze without any traps or friendly drop-ins.
Well, the problem is if I get the route worked out right, he's going to have to go by at least one more of these things.
He can handle it.
Okay.
Just keep him appraised of it.
Yeah, I'll let him know. I mean, they're close to one now. Jin can see everything that I can see, right?
Yeah, you're both in the stand sitting next to each
Yep.
other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, so then, I don't know like how to do it.
I would say
sitting next to each other. So basically, I'm saying like, oh yeah, you see that one up there that's above the wall? That's the one we got to warn them about, and then send them up to the north and around the corner. And
yeah. So basically,
you're telling them about the one that's over here.
Sorry, I'm hopping back and forth.
It's
can you
technically right here.
Is it right?
I'm trying to see
Yeah,
where that is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no,
Unless I'm seeing the route wrong, that's
No,
yeah.
I see what you see. If he were to go that direction, he could encounter one if he followed the correct route.
Yeah.
Yes. But that's the fastest route, so let's get him going that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He'll have to fight off that other spider.
So
That's all I have to say.
at this point, after Jin and I confer for 6 seconds, I'll get in the position again and say,
Oh, he can't
Wallace.
I'm back.
So you hear in your head.
Wallace, as soon as you dispatch this spider, you want to head east and then south. Once you head south, you'll encounter one more of these things, but that'll be it between you and the goal.
That's what you hear on your turn. Well, before your turn, you can react on your turn. Okay. Brings up these guys. Back to Def and Mike.
Nope.
So over here, bring you both over here. Over here, the guy, realizing that his gun is not super awesome, he reels back with his mechanical arm and smashes it in its spider face. Christina just sent me a text that said B. B. So what's the plan? What's what plan? We're currently playing and have been for a bit, but we'll be done at 10:30. Okay. So he reels back and he punches with his mechanical arm twice at the spider, both of which are hitting successfully, and he deals a devastating series of blows, bringing the spider weak in its knees.
All 8 of them.
Yeah, 7 of its 8 knees are very weak. And then he says something like, "I am all that is man." Over on this side, our wrench-toting lady loads a new cartridge into her little spray gun and squirts it again at the spider, hitting successfully. The spider's got to make a wisdom save and fails. Okay, so it's enveloped by a red mist this time, not a blue mist, and appears to suffer some amount of damage. And you also notice that it seems to just kind of be standing there staring at the lady after it's enveloped by this mist, and the mist is lingering. I need to read up on this real quickly. Alright, doesn't say anything about that. Cool. She then, while it's kind of just staring at her, can't attack target's advantage, interacts socially. Okay, that's fine. She then reels back with her wrench again and smacks it, hitting successfully for another considerable amount of damage. On the spider's turn, it doesn't seem to react to her. It needs to first roll. Oh my god, I made this way too complicated. Start. Okay, so on the beginning of its turn, the blue mist begins to finally dissipate, but as it does, it seems to sear the armored plating of the thing one last little bit. And then it continues to stare at the woman and does nothing. Over on the other side, the spider that was looking at the guy tries to turn and leap away, and it bends its remaining knees and springs 20 feet directly into the air, which will proc an attack of opportunity, which he will crit. And as it tries to leap away, he punches it in its red thorax and demolishes it, and it falls back on the ground in a pile of nuts and bolts.
That's awesome.
I'm back.
You're back.
Yay.
The spider is looking at you, and he is going. What was that?
A D4 or a D6? A 4 on D6.
I don't see. Oh, that was forever ago. Anyway, he looks at you and he goes, and he tries to bite at you for 15.
Yeah, my armor class of 21 makes that a no.
Yeah, okay. Then, instead of moving somewhere, it leaps directly into the air, which will proc an attack of opportunity if you wish.
I have not used my reaction, so yes.
The 18 will hit, so you will
Cut
get
flat for 3 damage.
you will get a glancing blow off of it on its way up. But it leaps into the air about 20 feet in the air. It gets a little bit of forward motion, and it lands here on the other side of you. And then... Oh, excuse me. It lands on top of you, not on the side of you. As it lands, it bites at you again, and that will hit. Whoo, boy!
Oh, you critted me, huh?
I sure did. For
Nobody can hit me.
the bite will hit you for 18 piercing damage.
Ooh.
And then you will have to make a Constitution saving throw, as its electrically charged fangs.
Yeah, color me not
Throw.
concerned about that.
Yeah.
Its electrically charged fangs only deal 15 damage.
Additionally to the 18?
Yes.
You just did 33 damage to me?
I sure
Holy
did.
cow.
Well, he did crit me, so everything's doubled.
Not only did I crit you, but I rolled high on all the other die.
Wow.
Failed save, the target takes
Good con roll,
that,
then.
or half as much on a successful one.
Yeah, con rolls I'm not worried about. Con saves, I don't.
Plus 7.
Well, it would have
Yeah.
been 15 more had you failed.
Christ.
Jeez.
Okay.
I may have overtuned their bite. It's very possible that I made a mistake. I think 4d8 was a high roll.
Good lord, man. I can only do 1d8 if I hit. Jesus. Okay. Anyway.
Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you 7 health,
Okay.
and I am going to edit their bite because I overtuned it. So I'm gonna make that 2 instead of 4d8. I think that is much more fair. Sometimes you just gotta play test creatures that you create to make sure you haven't overtuned them. Also, I did initially design this encounter to have 4 of you throughout the map, not 2.
In the
You
DM,
weren't counting on us ending up elsewhere in the city.
in the DM's defense.
Oh,
Okay.
the other thing. Sorry, there's more. There's more to that. From
Lord.
the Mechano Leap, you need to make a Strength save as well, because it
Lord.
landed on top of you. So you pass the Strength save, you are not grappled.
Oh my
And-
god.
It is no
I'm
longer.
a goddamn wall.
It is no longer in your space. It moves to there.
Can't bite a wall.
Okay, that will bring up your turn, Mike.
Ow.
First of all.
Yeah. Well, okay. All right. Well, all right. So yeah, we're gonna.
Man, the spider landed in front of me. They're icky.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna do second wind. Is there a click for that, or do I just have to roll the d10? I guess
There
it's
should
just
be
roll.
a click, but you could just roll. Well, it's your hit die, right?
Oh, yeah, that is. That works.
Or is your it's your fighter level plus something.
Yeah. So it's my fighter level plus a d10. So
So just do yeah. You rolled a d10 plus
6
4.
plus 7 is.
Wait, why'd you roll a? Oh, that's your hit dice.
Well, so okay, hold on.
So you
Does it
rolled a
include
6, add your fighter level 7, so give yourself 13.
Yeah. Okay. So that's my bonus action. All right. How's this thing looking?
This particular thing is looking pretty beat up.
Okay, well, I can't really do much to it with what I have. So, my steampunk shotgun isn't electrical, so we're just gonna keep wailing at this thing as hard as I can. Yeah, goading attacks just sorry, I must say when it was okay. Alright, so swing. 15 and a 24.
Swing. The 15 misses, but the 24 connects.
Alright.
For, what was that, 4? 5?
Great.
What was that? What would 9 become? I never remember where you round down or up on damage.
You always in D&D everything you always round down.
Alright, so it's -4, and then -1. And what is your battle tactic?
You need to make a wisdom saving throw against to the target is it's goading. The target has disadvantage on all attack rolls against targets other than me.
Sounds good.
So then the save is what's the save? 10 plus 3 plus.
But that's only if he attacks, not you, right?
No, he has to make the saving throw now to find out if the effect even matters.
Oh, I thought it happened because you attacked. You know, goading attack occurs. He has to make a saving throw to attack something that's not you, right?
No, it's just.
Oh, must make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, you're right. You're right. I misunderstood. What's the DC on that? Well, he's probably failed. He rolled a 5.
I think it's third. No, it's got to be.
He rolled a 5.
Okay.
Okay, great. So he failed. He can only attack you unless he wants to attack at disadvantage. Noted.
Yeah. So, break it, Mr. Crusher.
You want me
Get
to break
this thing
it?
out of it.
You just tell me what you need from me. I got all kinds of tricks.
Break it, please.
Break it. Okay, I'll break it. He reaches in and produces another electro bomb. He does shift around the corner. He winds it up and lets it go. And it does its thing. What did I roll before?
You rolled a d20 before, I thought. You rolled a 13 before.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, it makes contact and it does detonate. And it does some damage.
I'm wailing away at this thing slowly.
Sorry about that. I'm not sure what happened.
That's gonna get me every time.
Oh, did I move you guys back into this combat? No, you missed all. Crap, sorry.
Jim,
Anyway.
when I say this, obviously it's with all due respect, but it's like I imagine that might not be far off from what your father would have sounded like when he was like 8 years old. Like really smart and like a really active mind, but doesn't have his deep voice yet.
That's funny. So, you guys see this guy.
Wait, do I need to?
Yeah, you can deafen Mike. You guys see this guy step over the corpse of the spider and move 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And you see him move there. So he's now here. Did you catch that? You guys see more or less where he is?
See,
I think so.
Are you posting new
Move
ones,
me around a little bit.
new screenshots, or are we still working
No,
off the
I
original?
just gave you the one screenshot so you have the map, and then I'm moving your tokens to where the action is.
When I move myself, I can't get back to where I was. There I am.
Yeah, you can't go through dynamic lighting walls when you move your
There we go. No, I just needed like a
point of
reference
I
point.
understand.
Yeah.
So you guys got it? You see where he's at?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, he jumped over and just ran as fast as he could and got to that point, and that ends his turn.
He moved to the east from where it shows him in the screenshot, right? To the right?
He stepped over the spider, went south, and then went right around like the pillar, and then came around the corner and then moved left to where he's at now.
Okay. I think I see where this guy is.
I'll give you guys his movement. So give it a sec, it'll all come together.
Okay.
Did you see that, Jeff? You missed it because
So-
you weren't paying attention.
Well, I thought it was going to be on the screen in front of me.
No, you have to
what am I-
watch. I moved your token the way he moved in like that stepping movement, so you could see how he went, where he went. I'll do it again. Keep watching the screen, sir. You ready?
Yep.
He was here, and he made
Okay.
the following maneuvers. So I'm gonna click, 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 click.
I see.
And he ended up there.
Okay. I see exactly where it is.
So that's where he moved. Anyway,
Yes. Okay.
That
I see
happened,
where he
that
is on
ends
the
his
other
turn.
map now.
I'm gonna move back to this over here.
There.
She will reach with her wrench and smack him, hitting and demolishing it.
Not
Just.
surprised.
Which is great for her. She then moves here, 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 and ends here. And I will move you in the same fashion so you can see what her movement was. I did move your tokens together, which is a pain in the neck. Catch that?
Yeah, I see it.
Alright.
Mhm.
So that is her turn. Before that it should have been your turn. I'm sorry. So, Mike!
Okay.
So it's actually I skipped Leganor and Jin's turn. They should have been able to tell you something, or do something.
Can you
Okay.
put us with Mike?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So I guess south over the traps. So tell.
Zach, just
Leganor.
FYI, it is 10:30.
I'm good for another round or two.
Okay.
Quite
I'll
alright.
take long.
Yeah. Leganor, tell him south over the triggered traps. Then first right and follow the wall on his left. That'll get him there, won't it?
Yes, it will. Okay. This is my turn.
Your turns are collective.
Yeah. So we have a
Alright,
little
well-
conversation, then you pass it on.
All right, Wallace, listen up. Go south across the triggered spike trap. Take your first right to the south. Then hug the wall to your left while bypassing the spider, and you'll get there.
So, Mike, you hear that? Alright, and I gotta wrap. I'm getting messages from on high.
Ah.
So, somebody write
Oh.
that down and leave it for a message for Mike.
I'll just respond and be like, good to know you're in a fight. Tell me after I've dealt with this thing.
Well, kill it first.
Working on it.
Alright, so we're gonna have to break because she brings up a good point. I'm not here tomorrow, so I'm gonna spend some time with her. Anyway, that's the stream. That's the episode. A lot of fun. We'll pick this combat up next time on the next episode of Emrae Ball Z.
It's funny,
On the next episode of Emrae Calls.
it's funny how one little cantrip makes it work. So Zach and I can like.
Right?
It just makes it makes all the difference.
Well,
I was waiting
Mike
for you.
wanted you so badly to figure this out. He was like,
Yeah,
"You
I'm
can
like, no,
help!"
I,
And Jeff's like,
you can
I'm just
help
gonna sit back and do nothing.
no, I had the thought, but like I don't know why I think that, or I remember it, but it's like it lingers in my mind that that we're not even supposed to use magic in the first place, even though we did in the first fight. But then I'm like, well, if they have all this tech and all this cool shit that's happening in this arena, wouldn't they be able to detect that we're using magic from the stands? But apparently not. I mean, okay, a fireball is one thing, but that's just something else. I suppose.
This is
Start lobbing fireballs into the
We're
arena.
just gonna blow a hole so you can walk 10 feet and get.
this is. I mean, the spell is intended to be subtle, right? So,
That's true.
Yep.
like, this
All right.
is exactly what it's for. All right. Good night, Jim.
Yep.
Good night.
Internet.
It was a pleasure. The internet, goodbye. We will see you next Thursday for the next continuation of this arena labyrinth combat. I'm so glad I spent some time to actually make our NPCs not just like scout and thug, but give them names and abilities. The more NPCs I create, the more I want to actually play their characters. Because they're super fun. I love creating D&D ruled weapons in steampunk.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah, it's been super fun. Like, I kind of don't want you guys to ever go back to the past and just have you play as steampunk forever.
I'm having a lot of fun in this setting.
I'm enjoying the setting.
It's been
Yeah.
neat. It's been a nice breath of fresh ass air.
Breath
That's
of
a-
fresh ass.
That's a
breath-
Wild Wild West joke. You don't remember that?
Oh, that's right.
What a breath of fresh air. I mean, breath of fresh ass. Anyway,
Did
goodbye
you
to
know?
internet.